Hi, and welcome to Living Pianos. I'm Robert Estrin, and we are so pleased to have a return visit from pianist and novelist Jack Kohl. Welcome, Jack.
Thank you, Robert.
So today we're going to discuss a bit about, can you play the piano with four hands? Well, truth be known, I can't, at least not by myself, but there is a whole genre of four-hand piano. What is four-hand piano? Well, you're going to get a taste of it today, and there's a wealth of literature, and people, as a matter of fact, specialize in collaborative piano. My sister, as a matter of fact, is part of the double-digit piano duo. The other thing, of course, is two pianos. Have you ever played two-piano music?
I have. Not too much, but I have.
And I played a bit. As a matter of fact, my sister and I, we played a two-piano concert together. We did some four-hand, and we did also some two-piano works, and they're markedly different. I'm going to talk a little bit about what makes two-piano music different from four-hand music, and what are the special challenges of four-hand music. So what I'm going to do is first, we're going to go ahead and play. We've got a Beethoven Sonata, Opus 6, for four hands, one piano with two pianists. And we're going to play the minuet movement of that. So let's start, and we're going to play this whole movement for you so you can enjoy the music and get a taste for what four-hand music is like with this wonderful piece of Beethoven. So that's a delightful piece of Beethoven. And by the way, there's Schumann and there's Mozart and Debussy that you can't believe. As a matter of fact, I'm sure most instrumentalists would be thrilled if they had as much music in their solo repertoire as there is four-hand piano music. So you might have noticed some of the challenges we face as pianists working collaboratively. For one thing, I'm on top, the primo part they call it, and Jack is on the secondo. And Jack gets to do the pedaling. So I have to make sure I hold things long enough for Jack to catch on the pedal. So you really have to work as a team. More than that, there's some places where you have to work out getting out of each other's way. And I'm going to show you one particular place here that you might have noticed where I have to lift up really quickly, and I'll exaggerate the motion so you know where that is, because I have a quarter note, and if I waited on that quarter note for its full value, our hands would intersect. We'd collide. It would be an ugly scene. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. We're going to start just before the end that you just heard, and you'll see the part, and I'll purposely make it very visible where it's impossible for us to be able to play without getting in each other's way. So you see where I jumped out of the way there, because there's tons of times, sometimes in four-hand piano music, the hands are actually intersecting, where the hands will be nestled between one another. There's all kinds of interesting things. Beyond that, there's another aspect that is fundamental to collaborative piano, and that is the balance that you create. You have to think of yourself as being one big pianist. Because normally as a pianist, you bring out the melody and the very top, and you bring out the bass. But if you're on the top and you play the bass, you're actually playing an inner voice. Likewise, when Jack is playing, if he brings out his melody, his right hand, that's an inner voice. And I want you to go ahead and play just the very beginning and play this as if you were playing a solo piece, and you'll hear how his top line is going to be way too loud because it's an inner voice. Here we go from the beginning, and Jack isn't going to play it in a sensitive manner like he did before. He's going to play his right hand loud like you would think in a piano piece you would do if you were playing by yourself. So you hear that? It just steps over everything. But instead, he lightens up his right hand. I lighten up my left hand. And it sounds like one pianist getting beautiful volume. And you become like one instrument. Let's play it the way with proper balance.
Got it.
So you get the idea. So there's so much to four-hand piano music. I want to thank Jack for coming here today. And if you haven't read any of his novels, they're pretty amazing. That Iron String was, I believe, your last book.
Yes, that was a recent one that you gave me the chance to speak about with you. I really appreciated that.
And now Bone Over Ivory is just coming out. And it's a great read. It's not too long. It's something you can really enjoy. And you bring to your literature a love and a deep understanding of piano, because you are a very evolved pianist and, did quite a bit with piano performing before you kind of centered your career in writing. Is that right?
True. I studied piano performance for solo literature all the way through the terminal degree. Mm-hmm. And then rather than get knocked out of that world, because I wasn't a competition winner or the fastest fingers in the West, I decided I wanted to stay in it, and so I became a generalist, playing in theater pits, accompaniment, and the metaphorical implications of all of that has never been wasted on me. I always keep a journal, and I write down things. For example, the observation you made yesterday about the tenor voice for the right hand, and I realized that the right hand is almost never in that register. And I haven't thought of what the application is yet, but I feel like there's some implication to that.
All right, so maybe in a future book. And how many books have you written?
There are 3 novels, and then Bone Over Ivory is a book of essays.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Well, it's been a pleasure. And once again, Jack Kohl, check out his books. And thanks for joining us here at livingpianos.com. I'm Robert Eschen. We'll see you next time.